Hi. I'm going to, I don't go live here a lot, so I'm going to kind of just test it out and see who's joining. Hi there, Portia. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. I don't know how I'll be able to save this story. But I might just start talking. Anyways, hope you guys are doing okay. I know it's been just kind of God, it's like slammed us, hasn't it? It's just, we started off January and then Kobe Bryant died, and I think we've all forgotten about that. You know, how like crazy and shocking that was for a lot of us here in California and Southern California. But it really was devastating for everybody, and it hit home for a lot of people. And then all of a sudden, March was the start of the pandemic. And I remember it happening. A friend of mine who's, he's all about what's going on everywhere in the world. He got me to see what was going on with the coronavirus in China in January. So I kind of couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, well, that's really crazy. I never in a million years would have thought that it would have come out of China to California and to the United States and other parts of the world. It was really getting worse in February. Through January, I kept getting the updates and watching what was happening. And then obviously it just kept getting worse. And, by February, and I got to that point where I was like, wow, this is going to really hit hard here. So I kind of did what I needed to prepare. I tried to tell as many family members as I could. People kind of didn't believe me. And then a week before the shutdowns happened, I really put my foot down with family about social distancing, and everyone just kind of thought I was crazy. Like, everyone was like, dude, you are paranoid, you're tripping out. And I didn't know what to do. Like, how am I going to get this message across to people? And then within a week, the government announced it, and they did a shutdown. And as we've all seen, progressively things have gotten crazier and crazier, right? The whole experience with the pandemic, and then food shortages and grocery store closures, and everything kind of changed our way of life. And just as we're kind of getting used to it, getting used to the new normal, we have a major civil unrest happening, which took everybody by storm and shook everybody in our souls again. And that has just, escalated in so many different ways, and creating an opportunity for so many different types of conversations to happen, locally here in the United States and globally. And I don't want to get into the political aspects of it, but, we're actually finally talking about, the historical things that have happened in our nation, and talking about how to fix some of those things. So regardless of how and the why of what has happened, it was necessary to have those conversations, and hopefully start taking strides to start changing those things. And which, a lot of those things are still going on, and those conversations still need to happen. But people are starting to wake up, and people are starting to care, like, on a mainstream level. I'm someone that's an advocate for people that are marginalized, and I've done my charity work and done my part in the ways that I do over the years. But it's hard. It's always been hard getting other people to care. It's been one of the hardest things. And if it has taken everything that we've gone through in the last few months to make everyone else stop and start caring, then I don't want to say it's worth it, because I know people have lost their lives, and I know people have been hurt physically and economically, so I don't mean it in that way or to discount any pain and suffering anyone's gone through this experience. But as a collective, we needed to wake up. We needed to wake up as a society, and become active members and our decision-making process, and not just actively being aware of what's going on. And I know that the whole Wayfair thing is kind of has been out right now. It's been like this scandal that, so now on top of it, everybody's talking about sex trafficking. And I'm glad that everybody's finally talking about it, you know. For those of us that have been working with foster youth or, been aware of some of this stuff, it's very common, very, very common. And it happens every day, in every minute, in all of your neighborhoods right now. It's been going on. And again, talking about it, those of us that are advocates, no one's listening. So whether this Wayfair thing is true or not true, I've looked into it. It's a little bit weird. I don't, as a business person, I mean, it's a weird thing to think that that's happening in someone's company and on their website. It just doesn't kind of make sense. But everything's so effing crazy right now. I don't know. And the rug has really essentially been pulled from underneath everybody. The norms and the reliance on how our lives have been lived, it's gone, guys. It's gone. And it's not going to come back, and it's not going to ever be the same. It'll be different. And what's kind of caught my attention a lot too is emotionally and mentally how people are dealing with what's going on. People are having a really, really hard time. People are having a hard time with acceptance. People are having a hard time with accepting that things are going to be different and things are going to change. People are fighting it tooth and nail, and I get it. In general, change is an uncomfortable thing, right? When, in psychology, they say when you move, move, and I've used this example before, it's the equivalent of experiencing a death of a loved one. So that's the struggle, I think, for a lot of people, is just accepting the new norm and what is the new norm. And the fact that the future is so unpredictable right now that none of us really know what the new norm is or what it's going to be. And it's hard. It's really a time to lean into some form of faith. Some people are religious and, lean into your belief system. And people that are not, necessarily religious, I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in something, and I'm leaning into that right now, and it's that sense of faith that is kind of getting me through. Not to say that there's no bad days. There's, I had a bad day the other day, yesterday or whatever it was, the day before, and I posted about it. So we're always gonna have those ups and downs, but you need to have something, or we need to have something to rely on and to fall back on. Because a lot is just out of our hands. A lot is out of our control. We need to really dig deep into our sense of compassion for ourselves and for others. I had a friend on Facebook post about, he's a really great guy, smart guy, even-keeled person. He was wearing his mask, went to a restaurant to go pick up his food. He had to sneeze, and, we're all still getting used to the masks. It's a weird feeling. And he pulled his mask down to sneeze, and he sneezed. There was nobody around, but the people that were 10 feet away or whatever, everybody looked at him and started saying mean things to him. And, and he felt so bad, and he felt weird, and, he felt bad that he did that, and he didn't know how to respond. And so he started being defensive, and, we're just kind of living in this weird time. Everyone's kind of on edge. Everyone's defensive. Everyone's angry. And it's stemming from the fact that our sense of safety and our sense of stability has been challenged. So, that's when I set up, that's why it's so important to have compassion for ourselves through this process, and be able to extend that compassion for somebody else. We see somebody else making a mistake, or, even being mean sometimes, being able to just kind of understand that other people are going through a difficult time too, and different people are going through different things. Some people are losing a job, some people are losing their home, some people don't know where their paycheck is coming from, or if money's even coming. They have sick family members, so it's kind of crazy. The anger part is very real though. So I just wanted to say that, for all of us to just really try to come from a place of understanding and compassion for each other. It's the only thing that's really gonna get us through. And then I just did a post about not having regrets and just kind of living your life, and it's true, it's going to keep changing, and we have not even felt the effects of what is happening. It's going to change the long-term picture. So just wait until that reality sets in, and it's not going to set in for a while. It's going to take some time. It's like a domino effect. So just get comfortable, work on your patience. And these are things I'm telling myself at the same time, when we are feeling fear and anxiety and all of these things, it's easy to short circuit and yell at somebody and lose your patience. And I do it with myself too. If I notice myself getting a little, that like feeling, I literally have a little dialogue in my head, like, Arzo, have patience. I just repeat that word in my mind, patience. And then that helps me not get angry. It helps me not react in a moment of uncontrolled emotion, because we are human and we are going to have moments where we're going to have uncontrolled emotional reactions. And sometimes those reactions are going to hurt our loved ones. So I just wanted to just come on here and just say that, like, hey, we're all feeling it, and it's fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck? Like, what in the actual fuck? So just hang in there. All right. I know a lot of you. I actually know a lot of my people that follow my page. I'm really selective of who I engage with. So if you're someone that is on here, because I block a lot of people. I will not engage with people that are going to be mean or bring me trouble, and this is my space, my area. So I want to be around good people. So anyways, point being, just hang in there, okay? I love you, and if you're feeling some way, reach out to me, send me a message, tell me how you're feeling, and I'll send you a little love, okay? In the end, it's going to be okay. We need to find that place, okay? We need to find that place, whatever it is. Prayer, meditation, talking to Jesus, talking to Allah, taking out the Torah, I don't know. Whatever it is that you do it. I've been listening to Sadhguru a lot lately. I stumbled upon him a while back through a friend who introduced me, and started watching some of his videos. And at first I kind of I wasn't sure about him, because he did the whole beard thing and the turban, and all meditation, it's real and it works. But there's a lot of the new age people that it's like the cool thing to meditate and be into like Eastern philosophy and stuff, and which is great, but sometimes people are a little, I don't know, it's a little artificial. So I wasn't sure about Sadhguru, but I've been watching a lot of his videos just to watch, to see, is he one of the artificial ones, or does he really know what he's talking about? And I've been through a lot in my life, like a lot, you guys, like a lot of tragedy, adversity. I've overcome a lot. I've had to really rely on my sense of self, find my own strength. I've had moments of such weakness that I was ready to give it up in so many different aspects, whether, just even in life. And I didn't. And, it was my sense of faith that has always helped me hold on and get through. So anyways, going back to Sadhguru, I started really enjoying the things that he was talking about, and he's coming from a place of wisdom. So if you're not religious and if you don't have somebody to turn to understand certain things about life, just go on YouTube, Sadhguru, check it out. Lots of great things. And as I'm gonna watch as I've been watching his videos, some of the stuff that he talks about, I think it's kind of, it might be hard for some people to understand, and I'll pick some of my favorites and maybe talk about them, maybe post about them, and then kind of have a little discussion with anyone that's interested. But find some joy, guys, because we need it. So, love you. Bye.